Now we are going to record a message about tithing. As you know, all the churches, almost all the churches, not all of them, but almost all the churches, they tithe. They charge the people of God tithing the 10%. And this is the law. The 10% is the law. And it was for the Jews only. The church is not a Jew organization or anything like it. The church, mostly of today, is made of Gentiles. In the beginning of the church, most of the Christians were Jews. But not even then asked for the 10%. And some of the Christian churches of today, they only use Malachi. In the book of Malachi, if you know Malachi, it is written for the Jews only, for Israel. It's not for the church. So why then some people using the book of Malachi for the church? Is because there is something in the middle? Yes, I can tell you that. There is money. Because some of the Christian leaders of today, they don't dare to speak against it. I wonder why. Maybe because they are being controlled by money. Well, that's what it is. Why they don't speak against it then? Oh, they are all in favor. No, the 10% is for the Jews only. You're not going to find a verse in the Bible, in the New Testament, after the book of Acts, you are not going to find a verse that it says that Christians are supposed to pay the 10%. There is no such a thing. Okay, but now they use Malachi in the Old Testament. They use Numbers. They use Leviticus. That's the law of the Jews. Are you getting this? Or you don't want to understand, or you don't want to get it because it's not convenient for you. Okay, let me tell you one thing. I have come to understanding to see that whosoever is trying to make one commandment of the law, they are falling from grace. They have fallen from grace. Because nobody from the Old Testament was able to fulfill the law. Only Jesus Christ was able to fulfill the law. And that's what he said that he came for, to fulfill the law. And he did it for us. So we now can have grace that when we commit a sin or something bad, we ask for forgiveness to God. And we have grace and we continue because we are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Yeah, I understand, but some of the leaders supposed to make less mistakes than others. Because we are in a higher position now. Because some of the leaders, they think they can do. No, don't take grace for granted. You're still going to answer to God if you commit a sin, and if you are falling from grace. Then the cross, the sacrifice that Jesus Christ on the cross is not going to be able to help you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're trying to make the law, to try to do it yourself, no, the Bible says that we all have sinned and come short. Okay, then why are you trying to make the people of God for this only commandment? To tithe the 10%, that's for the Jews. We help the church with whatever is in our hearts now, with whatever we are willing. That's what is faith. But if you start counting the people, oh, I got 1,000, 5,000. Oh, how many of these are? That's the way they count the people. Oh, they say how much money, how much this. That's the way they see it. That's not faith. So they use the Old Testament to ask the people of God for the 10%, which is not for today. That's for the Jews only. Let me read to you the first verse of Malachi. Who's addressed to? And then he says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel. Do you read this? To Israel. That means a whole book. It's only 2 or 3 pages, but it's to Israel. It's not for the church. It's not for the church. It's for the nation of Israel. Even the same book speaks clearly enough that it says that it is for the nation of Israel. By Malachi. Oh, now is Malachi talking to the church? I don't think so. Then why is a lot of preachers of today, a lot of leaders from a lot of churches, that they don't speak the truth about that? This was addressed to Israel. I don't want to go to Leviticus or Numbers because you already know that was for Israel. This is the last book of the Old Testament. We have a new. And the new always is better than the old. What do you do when you have old shoes? You go and buy new ones. It's so simple. But why people don't preach it today? There is another, well, let me read another couple verses. You see that it was strict straight to Israel. Let me see the verse 3:9. This you are cursed with a curse. Not the church. And they use these same words to curse the people of God. We are his children. No. This was for the Jews. Don't be afraid. Oh, no. And they use this to speak to the people of God, people that have been washed and bought with the blood of Jesus Christ. And then he says, for you have robbed me, even this whole nation. Even this, I mean Israel, whole nation, the nation of Israel. Here you see, this was addressed straight to the Jews, to the Israelites, not for the church. You find me a verse in the Bible that it says that we're supposed to. No. You are not going to find in the New Testament, the new is better than the old. I say it once and I say it again. The new is better than the old. So we have a better testament. It's a new one. Oh, but some other people, they use another verse. And let me read it to you. This is Matthew 23:23. When Jesus Christ is talking to the Pharisees and Sadducees, this is legalistic